History is a fragile thread woven from fragments, broken stones, and fading ink. For all our libraries, our machines, our science, the past remains vast and unknowable. And yet, scattered across the earth lie monuments that mock our understanding. Structures too precise, books too indecipherable, machines too advanced for their time. They should not exist, and yet they do. Archaeologists call them anomalies, historians call them mysteries, but the wise, the hidden, the initiates of shadow know them as signs. Signs that humanity's story is far older, far stranger, and far darker than we dare believe. Tonight, Seeker, we open 6 of these signs, 6 ancient discoveries that science cannot explain, 6 cracks in the mirror of time. 1. The Great Pyramids of Giza. Vast triangles of stone rising from the desert like frozen lightning, the pyramids of Giza, monuments so massive they defy time itself. Each block weighs tons, yet they were moved with a precision that modern cranes struggle to match. Their alignment with Orion's belt is not accident. It is architecture as astronomy, geometry as ritual. The shafts of the Great Pyramid point not to random stars, but to Sirius, to Orion, to constellations tied to death and rebirth. The very proportions of the pyramid echo the mathematics of the earth, its curvature, its dimensions, even the measure of time itself. Was this mere chance? Or was it a design, a code left in stone? Some whisper that sound was the tool, that tones, chants, or instruments long forgotten lifted these stones as easily as smoke drifts into air. Others claim the pyramids are machines themselves, engines of energy, once pulsing with power that we no longer see. And when you stand at their base, feeling their weight pressing against the sky, the thought creeps in. These were not built for kings. These were built for gods, and the gods may not be gone. 2. The Antikythera mechanism. From the belly of the sea, rusted and broken, rose a device that should not exist. Discovered in the wreck of an ancient ship near the Greek island of Antikythera, this strange object lay hidden for 2,000 years. At first glance it is nothing, gears, wheels, fragments, but when cleaned, when studied, its horror emerged, an ancient machine built with precision so fine its equal would not appear until the clockmakers of the Renaissance. The mechanism charts the heavens, it predicts eclipses, it traces the paths of the planets, the very dance of the cosmos. It is, in truth, a computer, a map of time, forged centuries before such machines were known. Who made it? The Greeks, a lost order of mathematicians, or was it a relic already ancient when that ship sank? Science can describe it, measure it, rebuild it, but it cannot explain it, for this is not the mind of man fumbling in the dark. This is knowledge poured from the stars themselves. 3. Göbekli Tepe. Buried beneath the soil of Turkey lies a temple older than history itself, Göbekli Tepe, 12,000 years old, twice as ancient as the pyramids, built before the plow, before the wheel, before the first city. Here stand circles of towering stones carved with animals, symbols, constellations. Foxes leap across the pillars, birds stretch their wings, and strange figures, half human, half beast, gaze with eyes of stone. But the greatest mystery is not its age, it is that someone buried it deliberately. A temple entombed beneath its own soil, as if its builders wished it never to be found. How did nomads, hunters, men without cities build something so vast, so perfect, so enduring? No one knows. Some say it was a school of the gods, others a monument of the watchers, those who came down, who taught forbidden things, who left their mark upon the clay of humanity. Göbekli Tepe, whispers of a civilization erased, a chapter torn from the book of time, a secret that should never have risen into the light. 4. The Baghdad Battery. In the dusty ruins of Mesopotamia, a clay jar was unearthed. Inside it, a copper cylinder, inside that, an iron rod. To the untrained eye, simple pottery. To the initiate, a battery. Fill it with vinegar, lemon juice, or wine, and it hums with energy. A vessel of lightning 2000 years before the word electricity was ever spoken. What was its purpose? To plate gold, to heal, to power lamps? Or was it something darker, a tool of forgotten sorcery, a relic of the fire of Prometheus? Science shrugs. It admits the jar works. It admits it produces current. But it does not know why it exists or who first dreamed it. One jar may be chance, but more have been found, scattered like bones of a forgotten science. The Baghdad Battery stands as proof. Mankind once held thunder in its hands, long before Tesla, long before Franklin, long before our age of wires and flame. 5. The Nazca Lines. In the deserts of Peru, carved into the earth, stretch drawings so vast they can only be seen from the sky. Lines that become hummingbirds, spiders, monkeys, spirals, and what some whisper are runways. They were etched 1,000 years ago by the Nazca people, but for whom? Not the people themselves. From the ground, they are invisible only from above, where no man of that age could ever fly. Do they reveal their shapes? Theories bloom like desert flowers, a calendar of the stars, a ritual map for gods, or messages carved into stone to be read not by men but by watchers in the heavens. The desert keeps their silence, the lines remain, an eternal message scratched into the bones of the earth. But the message is not for us. It was never for us. 6. The Voynich Manuscript. A book of leather, ink, and madness, its pages filled with plants that do not exist, stars that cannot be mapped, women bathing in waters no river has ever known. Its text is written in a language no tongue has ever spoken. The Voynich manuscript, discovered in the early 20th century, but its ink is older, its origins unknown. Cryptographers, scholars, and code breakers have all tried and all failed. Its script bends every rule of language, structured yet alien, coherent yet incomprehensible. What is it? A hoax, a code, a grimoire? As some claim it was written by monks, others by alchemists, others still by hands not human. Yet those who stare at its pages too long whisper of a strange feeling, as if the book stares back, as if the words reach into the reader and rearrange something unseen. Perhaps it is not meant to be read, perhaps it is meant only to remind us that the unknown is still among us, hiding in ink, in stars, in silence, a mirror bound in parchment that reflects only mystery. 6 mysteries, 6 fragments of a forgotten story, the pyramids, too perfect for stone, the Antikythera, a mechanism, a machine of the cosmos, Göbekli Tepe, a temple buried before history, the Baghdad battery, lightning in clay, the Nazca lines, a message to the sky, the Voynich manuscript, a book no man can read. Science calls them puzzles, but they are more than puzzles. They are warnings, they are whispers, they are doors half open into ages that still haunt the present. And if these are the things we have found, imagine what still lies buried, waiting for another hand to unearth them. This is Witchcraft 999, and history has only begun to speak.